Welcome to Sandwiches of History, 10 Worst Sandwiches of 2023. Now these are in order. I actually sorted the spreadsheet and they go from least worst to absolute worst. Okay, the first worst sandwich from the Sandwiches of History, 10 Worst Sandwiches of 2023 is a revisit of the yeast sandwich. Now the recipe called for fresh yeast mixed with table sauce. The original time I posted the video, I thought one thing was table sauce. Then someone said, no, it's something else entirely. So yeah, let's take a look. And yeah, back in the day, they used to sell them compressed fresh yeast cakes in aluminum foil, kind of like this. Now we add in our Worcestershire sauce. Now we put that onto buttered bread. And I have to say, well, not great. It's better looking than that Pepto-Bismol stuff we spread on the bread last week. Spreads like evil icing. Okay, let's give this yeast sandwich revisited a go. The sharpness of the Worcestershire sauce is actually not bad. From a flavor perspective, this is much better than the ketchup one, and I like ketchup. Okay, so the yeast sandwich with the Worcestershire sauce as opposed to the ketchup, flavor-wise, I'll give it a 3. I think a 3 is pretty generous, actually. All right, moving on to our second worst sandwich of 2023. It's the salmon and asparagus sandwich, purportedly from Scandinavia. It was from a book from 1962 called Encyclopedia of European Cooking. A lot of folks from Scandinavia wrote in to say no. Anyway, here's the sandwich, and pretty soon you'll see why it was not ranked very highly. And one asparagus spear. Okay, let's give this salmon butter and asparagus sandwich a go. Salmon butter, brilliant, love it. Canned asparagus is awful. Now I understand they probably called for canned asparagus because that's what they could get most of the year. All right, so the original salmon butter and asparagus sandwich, you know, had a lot going for it, but it had one glaring thing that took it down. I'm gonna give it like a 2. I really cannot stand the taste of canned asparagus. It's overcooked, it's mushy, it's terrible. The third worst sandwich on our top 10 worst sandwiches of 2023 comes to us courtesy of 1923, 100 years earlier, and it's sandwich filling number 2, a melange of ingredients that should not be put together. So in a bowl, we mix together chopped up sweet pickle, chopped up stuffed olive, chopped up bacon, chopped up nuts. It did not specify what kind of nuts, so I'm using walnut, and mayonnaise to bring it all together. And then we put that onto our bread. Okay, let's give this sandwich filling number 2 a go. Why? Why would you do this? I do think I can plus it up though. As far as ratings go, I'm going to go ahead and give the sandwich filling number 2 a 2. Our next worst sandwich of 2023 comes to us courtesy of 1954 with the red kidney bean sandwich. Naturally enough, the first thing we have to do is press red kidney beans through a sieve. Now to our sieved beans, we add salt, paprika, pickle relish, using dill, and mayonnaise. Look at this unholy concoction. We put our pink goo onto white bread. Okay, let's give this red kidney bean sandwich a go. Okay, so here's the deal. This is pretty salty, even for me, and I cut all the ingredients proportionally, so this is the right amount of salt for this amount of beans per the cookbook. And if flavor-wise, it's not terrible. I mean, it's kidney bean flavor, relish, a little bit of mayonnaise, salt, lots of it. Paprika totally disappears. The thing is, visually, it's horrific. It's like a Pepto-Bismol sandwich. I do think there's one way we can plus this up. Yeah, no. I didn't want to add more ingredients to that sandwich in the hopes of trying to make it better when really it just wasn't appealing. The original red kidney bean sandwich, I'm going to give it 2 because it does have some nutritional value and the flavor wasn't horrible, but it was just terrible to look at. Not going to plus it up, never going to make this again. Our next worst sandwich comes to us courtesy of 1001 Sandwiches of 1936. It's the hoit sandwich, and I think that's an appropriate sound you might make after eating it. So the first thing we have to do is add chili sauce to Roquefort blue cheese and mash together. You might be thinking, well, that's kind of weird. It is, but wait, there's more. Probably should have used a fork. Now we put that onto a water cracker, top that with another water cracker, and on top of that, I kid you not, peanut butter. Okay, let's give this hoit sandwich a go. No. No, no, no. No, thank you. I like all those ingredients separately, but mashing Roquefort blue cheese, which is kind of a powerful blue cheese, with chili sauce, and they definitely meant the Heinz chili sauce from a bottle. That's actually one of Heinz's earliest products back in the late 1800s. And then peanut butter. No, none of it works. I'm not getting a wave of nausea like I was with the yeast sandwich, so I'm going to give this at least a 1.5. Next up on our cavalcade of horrors, the mock crab sandwich from 1909. Tastes nothing like crab, tastes everything like anchovy paste. To make the filling for our mock crab sandwich, to cheddar cheese we add creamed butter. And this is cheddar cheese that's just been colored with annatto seed. It doesn't have a different flavor from regular medium cheddar cheese. Then we add in salt, paprika, and mustard, vinegar, anchovy paste, and chopped olives. Get this mixed together. Not sure why you'd have to add salt to olives and anchovy paste, but hey, who am I? And we put that on the bread. Okay, let's give this mock crab sandwich a go. It's not very pleasant. I thought maybe the cheese and the butter would kind of offset it, but this is quite salty. There might be one way to plus this up. So yeah, that was way too salty. It did have a little bit of brightness from the vinegar because I thought maybe we'd put some lemon juice on there. Put on like Cajun seasoning, it's still gonna be too salty. It does not work. It didn't taste anything like crab. I don't know where they got mock crab from, but you know, 1909, maybe times were tough for good housekeeping. I don't know, but not gonna make this sandwich again. I'm gonna rate this at a 1. I mean, it has nutritional value, so if you were really, really hungry, you would eat it. It's not terribly surprising that the next worst sandwich on our list is also from 1909. It's the cheese and anchovy sandwich. The cheese in our cheese and anchovy sandwich is, of course, cottage cheese, to which we add chopped parsley, paprika, and anchovy essence, which is a little different than anchovy paste. It's more of a sauce. I'm using this one from George Watkins. It's got anchovies, spirit vinegar, salt, ground mace, chili powder, and stabilizer. Stabilizer. And we mix this together. And we place that in between a slice of entire wheat bread. Yes, I'm using the butt. Gotta use the whole loaf. Okay, let's give this anchovy and cheese sandwich a go. Okay, well, here's the thing. Yeah, no, that was not tasty at all. And I don't hate anchovies. I don't hate anchovy paste. That anchovy sauce sounds interesting when used properly, but the ratios were all off. It tasted way too much of cottage cheese, way too much of anchovy, and it just wasn't good. And you know what? There's only so many calories I can eat in a day, and I ain't gonna waste them on that. And so, yeah, no plus up, not finishing. I'm gonna give it a 1. If you're to go by name alone, this next sandwich sounds like it might be pretty good. The Spanish sandwich? Yeah, all right. Except it's from 1924, and yeah. Yes, the molcajete is out because we've got to turn stuff into a paste. Start with 1 hard-boiled egg yolk, chopped up pickle, capers, parsley, anchovy. Now we add in made mustard, olive oil, and vinegar. Then we're to put that concoction onto bread that has been buttered sparingly. It does not look appetizing. Okay, let's give this Spanish sandwich a go. Well, it's kind of a wet sandwich, and it's very tangy between the pickle and the vinegar and the mustard. Ah, I forgot something. I forgot to add the chopped egg whites from the hard-boiled egg. That's on me. This actually might make it a lot better. Okay, let's give this Spanish sandwich as it was supposed to be made with the egg whites a go. It is better. The egg whites are helping to absorb the tang that is this sandwich. Okay, so I am not going to plus this up. It is just a little too overwhelmingly tangy from the vinegar and the mustard, even with the egg whites in there. I don't want to put any other food on there and end up throwing that out as well. Maybe tastes were different in 1924. Maybe everyone smoked. Maybe everyone drank rot gut whiskey. I don't know. But this is not a sandwich I would like to finish, thank you. The original Spanish sandwich, which, let's face it, really didn't have much of a connection to Spain. Olive oil, maybe the anchovy, I don't know. I'm gonna give that a 1. Our penultimate worst sandwich of 2023, no surprise, also features anchovy paste and way too much of it. It's the cheese, onion, and anchovy sandwich from 1936. We kick things off with shredded American cheese, to which we add, well, of course, onions, Worcestershire sauce, mayonnaise, and entirely too much anchovy paste. Yes, these are the proportions in the recipe. Get that all mixed together into a gray-orange swirl. And now we put that onto bread. Yeah, I'm using the butt. Use the whole loaf. Okay, let's give this American cheese, onion, and anchovy sandwich. A go. This is awful. This is awful and hateful, and it's not right. It should never have been published. Oh, Salt Lick be thy name. This is crazy. Normally you'd see me just automatically chuck this in the trash can, but every time I make an anchovy paste sandwich and it's too salty, a number of people comment, just add tomato. It'll help offset the saltiness. Oh, so I'm gonna try it. Adding a slice of tomato. No need for salt, but I am gonna add a little pepper. Why not? Okay, let's give this American cheese, onion, and anchovy sandwich plussed up with a thick slice of tomato and black pepper a go. All right, so how do we think about the American cheese, onion, and anchovy sandwich? Well, it was a salt lick, so I'm gonna give it a 0.5. You could hork it down and get nutritional value, but you need like a gallon of water to do it. Not good at all. Plussed up with the ripe tomato, 0.75. Yes, there was a little bit of tomato in there, but it was still terrible. And last, but definitely worst, the original yeast sandwich from 1936, wherein I mixed fresh yeast, compressed yeast cake, with ketchup. It looked awful, it tasted awful. Check it out. Start off with a compressed yeast cake. That's just fresh yeast. Then we're to add in 5 drops of table sauce, or ketchup. Then we put that onto buttered bread. Doesn't that look appetizing? Okay, let's give this yeast sandwich a go. Yeah, no, that was as bad as I thought it was going to be. It was like someone took ketchup and wallpaper paste and put it between 2 slices of buttered bread. I suppose it has nutritional value, though it would probably wreak havoc on your intestines. I'm giving it a 0. That's it. No plus up, no redemption. That's a terrible idea. Definitely should have stopped at 1,000 sandwiches. Well, that wraps up the top 10 worst sandwiches of 2023 here on Sandwiches of History. The good news for you, there's probably going to be another top 10 worst sandwiches of 2024 because, let's face it, they can't all be home runs. All right, see you tomorrow.